Hey guys, it's Nemanja Sekulic and welcome to another fun episode. I got a request from one of you guys to make a tutorial about how to put an animal head to a human body. And this is a tutorial about that. So without further ado, let the fun begin. Alright guys, here in Photoshop we have two photos for this example. We have this guy right here and we have a dog right here. And to put a dog's head to this guy's body, you need to find basically two similar photos, similar lit photos, and basically similar perspectives. So we cannot just use any dog's photo and put on this guy right here. I will go to this photo and use a quick selection tool and quickly just make a bigger brush and quickly select the dog right here. Just a portion of the dog, maybe just this part that I will need. And I will go right here inside, use a magic wand tool, and by holding Alt or Option key, just minus this inside part. And of course, now I can go to select and mask and refine my selection a little bit if I want to do that. So let's quickly just do it just for this. And we can always go and later refine a mask. But for this tutorial, I will not spend much time refining this. Just a little bit, maybe here and here. And that's it. I will check this decontaminate colors and press OK, and now I have this on a separate layer. Copy that, go to another document and just paste it right here. I don't need a layer mask anymore. I hope that I don't need it. Let me see. Yeah, I don't need it. Basically, everything is good except this white line, but we will get rid of this really quickly. Right click and apply layer mask. So this is now a dog without a mask. Now I will press Ctrl Command T, right click and go flip horizontal, and this is great. All we need to do now, I like to lower the opacity, is to figure out where the head of this dog will be. If the head of the dog is too big, we can always make it smaller, and maybe something like this is okay. Let's go all the way to 100% opacity. I like to zoom the image a little bit just to see the dog's head, the size of the dog's head. I think this is pretty much okay, and I will press OK, and now we can start and play with layer masks to erase some parts of the dog and to play with these guys here to add to the dog's head. So to do that, I will just go and add a layer mask to a dog. Let's name this as dog. Okay, and I will just duplicate, make a copy of background layer just in case if we mess something up, to have that as a backup, like this. All right, and now what we need to do is to go to a dog mask, press B on the keyboard for a brush. I like to use a really soft brush and maybe 100% opacity for a start. And let me see, with the black color, I just want to erase some parts of a dog here. But as you can see, the hair and forehead of this guy is too high for the position of the dog. So we can do two things. We can go to dog layer and move it a little bit up like this, and this can be one version, right? Not bad. Let's zoom it. Or we can go, let me show another version just in case if you find yourself in a situation that you cannot move this up because of something that is happening down below. You can go to the layer down below, go to filter, liquify, and move with liquify the hair a little bit down. But how much to move it? Well, you can go and click show backdrop and you will see a dog in the overlay here, and then you know that you need to move it a little bit. Maybe I will make the brush a little bit bigger like this, and maybe a little bit wider too. So this is pretty much okay. I'll press OK, and as you can see, this is again really nice result. So you can use both of these techniques, anything that works best for you. Let's go back to a dog's mask, use a brush, and just with a harder brush this time, just erase everything that is not belonging here. Let me just see. Okay, I don't like this. And I don't like this. I will fix this later. I always like to erase more than I need and then come back and fix it. Okay, and I don't need this part too. like this. Now let's go and fix this. Of course, I'm using a white brush and just, let me see, it is great. Just making some strokes here too. Now it's black brush, white brush to fill in this part of the dog, right? If I do it too much, I can always go back with the black brush and remove this part too. Okay. And now let's go here and with the black brush just erase this part and this part too, because I don't want this to be visible. Basically we are done. You can use a smaller brush and just go and tweak this if you have time for that to have a better result. Maybe like this. But if you want to put this photo on Instagram, then nobody will see the details right here. So this is the result. It's not bad. Now let's go and fix this part here and add the details from the hair at the top. So I will again just play with the layer mask. Nothing fancy, nothing special, just painting with black and white color. So let's go right here. I like to use really soft brush, and this time I will use 10% opacity and just go and remove some parts of the dog's head to reveal more hair here. Okay. And this can last maybe for a few minutes or more. Depends how precise you want to be and how many details you want to add back. Maybe let's use 20% opacity brush just to speed up the process. And not bad. Maybe 50% opacity brush and just paint this part here. Okay, like this. And let's go. Let me see, 10% opacity brush. And just go right here. And now this part here, I can add even more hairs. You can use really small brush, few pixels only, and just go and with a black color remove a dog's layer here, or actually adding a hair a little bit here just for a few more details. You can do that too. So this is really sloppy job. I would spend a little bit more time with the softer, smaller brush and maybe 50% opacity or 20% opacity and just paint in some hairs like this, as you can see, in several different moves like this. Maybe bigger brush and maybe 5% opacity just to add volume here, and that's not bad. Maybe even more if you like, you can add even more here. Let's use 50% opacity and just add a few more strokes. Alright guys, and that's it. We just finished with the hair, and the next step can be maybe to stylize the hair a little bit with liquify tool and then to color grade the image, and we are done. So let's do it. Let's merge everything together with Shift Control Alt T or Shift Command Option E on a Mac and just go to filter and liquify. Of course, this is an optional step, so if you want, you can do this. You can move the hair however you want. I will uncheck the show the backdrop because it will confuse me a lot in this moment. Maybe we can go and play with this, maybe something like that, maybe even more inside, I don't know. Of course, play with this, be creative, do however you want. Maybe you want to add a smile to a dog and move everything up like this, but I don't want to do that. And just the small tweaks here, and I will press. Okay, so before and after, just a little smile. Before and after. I like it. I like it. Now we can again go to filter and maybe camera raw and then play with some color grading. Of course, you can change the background color. You can select this complete model now with the dog's head and add, replace the background to something else, whatever we want. But maybe here I will just play with some colors. I will add a bluish tint to shadows. I like to add vignetting, feather it a little bit and sharpen the image overall like this. Add a little bit of the contrast, dehaze it and add a clarity. Remove the saturation just a touch like this and add a vibrance back. Then maybe play with this. And before and after, not bad. Let's add a little bit of the blacks and open the shadows. And this is okay. This is pretty much okay. So let me see, before and after, this is the original image and this is our composite image. Of course, you can play with the dodge and burn to maybe make eyes pop up even more, or to emphasize some details on the dog's head and so on and so forth. So it's up to you. Alright guys, that's it for today. I really hope that you liked this tutorial and that you learned something new out of it. Remember that you can use exactly the same technique to add any kind of animal head to a human body. You just need to find a proper image for that to match the lighting, perspective and the angles. And then you can add maybe elephant, some birds, some cats, anything that you want. Be creative, have fun, and maybe you can play with your friends or family photos or even your own portraits. If you have any questions regarding to this episode, please leave them in the comments below. I will be glad to answer them. And if you want to help me, to support me, to make this channel even bigger and better, you can do that by visiting my Patreon page. The link is down there in the description. And of course, you will get some things in return. Subscribe if you're not already, ring that bell to get notified about all the future episodes, and see you guys in the next one. Bye bye.